Kevin said you were watching film earlier. Does the film of the finals apply because Durant's presence, how much does that change them? And can you really take anything from the film last year because now they have him?
Yeah, you can. Things we want to take away and be aware of, that doesn't change. Steph and Clay, penetrating, getting into the paint, kicking it out and relocating. Offensive rebounds, kicking out for threes, they're relocating. So just having the, awareness of where those guys are at all times, and understanding that we got to be locked into those guys. Can't give them easy free shots like that. So those things apply. But as far as offensively and things they do, adding Durant, is definitely a great piece for them.
Now that you can acknowledge and discuss and get ready that
you already discussed it.
Playing the Warriors, what did you say to your guys today at the start of it, if anything?
Nothing.
Kevin mentioned that, at least as far as he views it, that he doesn't look at this series as though you're an underdog, more so that you're defending champs. How do you view it? What do you think the tone on the team is?
I mean, we're not going to use that as motivation. Like, we're in the NBA Finals. Like, that's enough motivation, alone. So, not worrying about what it says in Vegas or what people say about underdogs. Like, we're not using that as an excuse. We got to come out and play. And our goals we set at the beginning of the season was to win a championship. So that's what we're focused on.
Earlier in the season, Draymond said he wanted to see you guys and he wanted to annihilate the Cavs. Those were his words. Do you bring that up to your players at all, or do you just figure they already seen that and heard it?
They probably seen it and heard it before. I think he said it earlier this season, though, right? Yeah, I mean, he's a competitor. And, when you're a competitor, you want the best, and, vice versa. So it's going to be a great series. And I think, Draymond's speaking out of emotion, excited, and he's a competitor. So when you beat a team, they definitely want you back. So, I like guys like that are tough and speaks out and says what he really wants. So we got to be up for the challenge.
What do you need from Kevin Love in that matchup with Draymond?
Just play how he played in the last series.
You think? I mean, was that a good preparation for him for the Warriors? What he saw against Boston and how he played? Is that something?
Shooting the ball. Shot the ball extremely well. Spacing the floor. We know Draymond's, probably the best help guy in the league. He does a great job of helping, knowing when to help and get back. So we just got to be, real on point with that. Kevin got to be out there on the perimeter. He got to make shots, and we got to make Draymond pay when he goes to help. So the way he's been shooting the ball as of late is good for us.
Hey, Ty, along with what Jason asked you, strictly from an X and O's standpoint, are they a very different team to scheme for with Durant?
They pretty much run the same stuff, but then they also got a guy now that you can give it to 18 feet in the end and say, get us a basket. And he can produce at a high clip, and we understand that. So, when things are not going well, like I said earlier, for Steph and Clay, which is very rare, you do have a guy in Kevin Durant who you can throw the ball to and say, get us a basket. And you can run pick and roll, you can run ISO, you can post him up. So he can score in a lot of variety of ways. So we just got to be locked in and understand what we're trying to do.
Are they using him just the way you figured they would when they got him?
Well, he's moving around a lot more. Yeah. Just watching him move without the basketball, getting easy baskets, off of cuts and splits. And when he passed the ball, he's also relocating now. So he's doing a lot more movement, which makes him even tougher to guard, after being one of the best scorers I've ever seen.
Hey, Coach, Michael Brown coach LeBron, coach Kyrie. How much you know about Michael Brown?
I can't hear you.
Mike Brown, what do you
How much
know
you know about
Mike Brown?
Oh, shit. Mike, I owe him $100 from when I was a rookie. That's all I ever know about Mike. And I tried to pay him, he wouldn't take the money, so he can say I always owe him. But he's always been a great guy.
He was a bet or something?
Yeah, he was with the Spurs, I was with the Lakers, and we had a little shooting contest, and I lost, and he wouldn't take the money. So for now, 19 years in a row, he just always says, you owe me $100. He won't take the money. So, but just always been close to Mike. I like Mike a lot, respect him a lot. Had a chance to work his son out a lot. Had impact in Vegas, over the summer. So Mike's a good guy. I like and respect him a lot.
Have you seen differences in Golden State with him as the lead guy on the bench versus Steve?
I haven't got that far yet, but I know he's doing a great job.
Does he say that every time you see him, or just once a year?
Every time I see him. You owe me $100. I try to pay, he won't take it. So
How did you let him beat you? Was it a? What, I mean,
No, he didn't beat me. I just missed some shots on the bet. He didn't outshoot me. No. No, he said he about to say. Nah.
So he bet you $100 that you could make X shots.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
I didn't.
We've talked about this a little bit before, I think, around Christmas. But is it fair to say that the addition of Durant makes it so you have to play them straight up? There's really nobody you can help on, at least in their starting five, just because of.
Just happy to be here, Joe.
Is there a matchup? Is there a matchup that you feel like you have to win? That if there's one key matchup over the others.
You got to win every matchup. I mean, they have 4 All-Stars. I mean, 2 of the top players, in the world. So, I mean, to be effective and do what we need to do, we gotta try to win every matchup.
Whether they're up 20 or down 20, it seems like the Warriors just keep coming at you. How much of a point of emphasis is it for you guys to play a complete 48-minute game against these guys all through this series?
It's very important. You can't make mistakes against this team because they capitalize. Every time you turn the basketball over, take bad shots, don't have floor balance, they make you pay. So, we got to put together a 48-minute game, like you said, and we got to be locked in and understand what we're trying to do defensively.
Hey, Coach, could you imagine all these great players that not one of them are expected to be the MVP of this league? You got Curry, you got Durant, LeBron, Kyrie, and none of the top 3 players.
I mean,
Crazy.
The season that Westbrook and Harden had this year, along with Kawhi, when guys have seasons like that, you have to reward those guys. And like I said before, LeBron, he's a lot like Shaq to me. He could be MVP every year, but when guys have outstanding years of averaging a triple-double and, Harden switching positions, being a point guard after he was a 2-guard and leading their team to the 3rd best record in the NBA, like, you have to, celebrate those guys and understand what they've done for their team. So, with that being said, that's why they're, leading guys for the MVP candidate.
How do you think the existence of the Warriors over the last couple of years has affected the way you guys feel, motivation or pressure or whatever that may be throughout the course of everything that you do?
I don't understand.
The fact that there's a team that's been historically good out in the West Coast, averaging 70 wins a year the last 2 years, just the fact that a rival like that or an opponent like that is out there, has that sharpened your guys' focus at all throughout your day-to-day?
I think throughout the course of the playoffs, I think each team, wasn't going to be outdone, until we lost that game to Boston. But, we did something, then they come back, they'll do something. They do something, we come back and do something. So I think on both sides, they're kind of looking and watching and, trying to outdo each other. And, I saw, Draymond said last night, just talked about, just 2 great teams. And Steph said, it wasn't easy. Like, we put in the work. We came in every single day and put in the work to get to this point to play in June. It wasn't given to us, and we had to earn it. And both teams had to do the same thing. So, having that team like Golden State over there who's always pushing us, I know from on this side, it's great for us and it's great for the game.
You mentioned Kevin's shooting throughout the postseason. He's over 40 in every single round from 3-point range. What do you attribute that rise to?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
one more thing about Kevin. He had some really aggressive moves inside. There was one the other night. Is that what you've been kind of waiting to see him get a little more?
Well, we just talked about playoffs, is based on matchups. And before we came into the series, I told you guys that he would be more effective. We would use him more on the block, shooting the basketball. So he produced. And each series is different, and we understand that. He understands that. And to win, you got to sacrifice, and that's what Kevin's done. And this Boston series was a great series for him.
His minutes went down fairly drastically in the finals compared to the first 3 rounds last year. Is it safe to assume that may have to be the case again?
I hope not. I think Kevin's playing at a high level. He's very confident. So it all depends on matchups and how guys are playing, foul trouble or whatever. But I think we're ready. I think Kevin's ready, and hopefully the minutes doesn't go down.
How much do you think that experience from Kyle and Darren is going to play into this final, especially that it's going to be their first?
We'll see. I know they're very excited to be here. And it's good to see, great players like that and players who've been around the league for a long time and get a chance to go to the finals and actually come to our team and want to be a part of it, and we make it for those guys. So I'm excited they're going to be there. And you can see those guys being veterans and understanding the game, what we need from those guys, and hopefully it shows in the finals.
You said after the game Thursday you were going to get to work on the Warriors that night. Did you watch film on the flight home, or did you take the night and celebrate and relax, or what did you do?
I watched when I got home.
When you got home?
Yeah.
Time to go to bed.
I don't go to bed. I'm about to go to bed now. My nap.
Was the sun coming out by the time you went to bed?
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.